Okay, guys, so it's day 120, I believe, and today I'm going to talk about progress. Now, where do I start? Since I've started this series, I've learned a lot of fucking things. And I think a lot of them not only come from the things that I say I'm going to do and then doing them, such as quitting social media, such as allowing myself more time to be there with my thoughts. I've learned a lot from that, but also the skills that I've realized that I need to learn if I want to accomplish what it is that I want to accomplish. And to be honest, I think a lot of us kind of feel that we deserve what we strive to have. We deserve to have that house that we dream of having. We deserve to have that Porsche. We deserve to have have that lifestyle of living anywhere in the world whenever we want, having almost infinite money and time freedom, location freedom, whatever it is. We feel like we almost deserve it to an extent. Hold on, put it straight real quick. To an extent that we can lie to ourselves and say, yeah, I've got 5 years. In 5 years' time, I'll definitely have that lifestyle. I'll definitely have that Porsche. I'll definitely have that house. I'll definitely have this. I'll definitely have that. Because in 5 years, it's ages, right? 5 years is ages. That's fucking ages. I can do it all in 5 years. And because of that mindset, we allow ourselves to go and waste days after days and 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 days of our life thinking, yeah, I've still got so much time, man. And also in that same frame of mind that we think everything is going to be put out in front of us. We think that someone's going to come and save us and give us that Porsche. We think that someone's going to come and save us and give us that house that we want to have. We feel like someone's going to go out there and be like, you know what? That Ollie Maitland guy's a good guy. I'm going to go and get him a Porsche. I'm going to go and get him this really hot fucking girlfriend. I'm going to go and get him this fucking house. When in reality, none of us, we all lie to ourselves in that regard. So many fucking people do it because so many people have dreams, and so many people, I think almost I'd go as far as saying 90% of people go and think, yeah, especially guys think, yeah, in 5 years I'll have this, in 5 years I'll have this, 5 years I'll have this. But in truth, they have failed to understand that they need to completely change themselves as a person if they want to get to those things. Because they don't just come out of thin air. It takes work. It takes determination. It takes hours and hours of learning, of putting stuff into practice, of failing, of learning things, of doing things that are actually going to move you forward to actually get to the point where you can have that Porsche, where you can have that house. But a lot of us lie to ourselves and we think, yeah, I've got 5 years, it's going to be there in 5 years and something's going to change in my life in the next 5 years and then I'll probably do it. Yeah, cool. But that's how dreams die. And that's how everyone that I've spoken to that's of a decent age, when I say I have a decent age, I mean middle age, 30 plus, 40. I know for a fact they've made that promise to themselves. They'll be like, yeah, I'm going to achieve this by this time. Yeah, I'm going to do this. My life's going to change. Next year, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing this. But there's no real plan that they can execute on. They just think it's just going to happen. I think most people think that. Most people think in that regard, There was one guy that was, I'm not going to name names, but there was this one guy who was watching my channel who I know pretty well. And I've heard from other people, because I haven't really spoken to him directly that much, that he says stuff like, yeah, I'm going to be rich soon, yeah, I'm going to be rich, oh yeah, I can't wait to be rich and do this, I can't wait to be rich. But then they go and sit there and then they just play Fortnite all day, or they just go and sit there playing whatever every day, or they go out every day, or they think it's just going to appear in front of them, like someone's going to come and save them. When in reality, that doesn't happen. It doesn't fucking happen ever. No, it doesn't work like that, sadly. I'd love it. I'd fucking love if it did, but the way this thing works, in my opinion, of course I'm only 20, so my opinion is going to be somewhat flawed, but the way this thing works is from when we're young, we have dreams, right? When we're really young as kids, we have dreams. Like, oh, I'd love to have a Ferrari. Oh, I'd love to have this. And we still have the dreams now. But when you're a kid, you're like, oh, look, I want to be an astronaut. I want to drive this amazingly fast car. I want to be a racing driver. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. But over time, the dreams throughout school, especially, and just societal norms around most of the people that you spend the majority of your time with, kind of talk you out of those goals as if they're unrealistic. Now, they're unrealistic if you're not willing to put in the hours and the work to actually get to them. Of course, they're going to be unrealistic. Like, how are you going to achieve goals without putting any work in? You know, never. It's never going to fucking happen ever. But all of these people, what I think they fail to understand, and I know this sounds egotistical to say something like this, I think they fail to understand is that it's not relatively unfeasible. It's just the fact that they weren't willing to put in the work themselves, to which that's why it looks so unfeasible. And I mean, it's a controversial opinion, but I don't think I've explained it as well as I can. But all of these people get so caught up in the brainwashing, or I don't want to call brainwashing, I'm not trying to start up any beef, right? But like school, when they're like, yeah, okay, so yeah, you could get a Lamborghini, right? But no, that you've got to have a plan B, you know? And everyone gets caught in that plan B, and then they get sat in their comfort zone. You're like, you know what? I've got a house above my head. I've got food on the table. I've got a car that's all right. I meit's a Honda, but it's all right. Like, they get caught up in that, and then they're not willing to put in the extra work to get to the dreams that they have had as kids, and the dreams that they had as kids being having a Lamborghini, having this house that they dreamed of having whatever. But because they're so deep in their comfort zone, they're not willing to go out of that to experience stuff. Okay. Now, the reason they get themselves into that position is because they've been talked out of getting to the, like, or even trying to get to the position which would bring their dreams into fruition. Like, they've been talked out of trying this business, starting this thing because of the opinions of others, because the worry that people might think differently of them, the worry that, oh, it could be a risk, the worry of this, the worry of that. And in truth, I don't think it's really that hard to achieve these specific things. It's not like everyone that's got it is lucky. Of course people are lucky, of course. But in general, it might be hard, as in, like, you've got to actually be disciplined and put in the hard work to actually get to them. But the people who are willing to put in that hard work and are willing to be disciplined and sacrifice fun for a relative period of time, those are the ones that get to where they want to get to. And I think a lot of people, regardless of the age that they're at, have the exact same opinion. Like, I'm talking like your average person. They look at it as like, nah, it's luck. Nah, it's so unrealistic to think that. It's so hard to do that. That's not going to happen, right? It's not going to fucking happen. Because it looks so out of reach for themselves. But in truth, I think it's really simple to get there. I think it is. I genuinely think it's simple. And I know that's coming from fucking naive kid talking on day 120 of trying to get to 10k a month. Of course it's going to sound bad because I'm not a credible source as of right now, but I truly believe it's simple. It's just who's willing to put in the hard work to actually bring it to fruition. That's my genuine opinion on it. So if you're one of those people who, I imagine most of you are, no disrespect, because I've done the same thing, and you sit there and you say to yourself, yeah, next year, it'll be fine next year, because next year I'll be able to pay for everything, because next year I'm going to have a load of money. And next year I'll be able to go on that trip. Or next year I'm going to be able to go to the Super Bowl, because next year I'm going to have a load of money. Okay. Cool. How are you going to get that money? How are you going to change from what you are right now, where you wake up at midday, sit there on your phone scrolling TikTok, go and watch YouTube videos all day, go on Pornhub, go on whatever. And then you come on your PC and you say you're going to be productive. Then you sit there changing your song on Spotify all day. You sit there watching YouTube videos whenever you get stressed or bored over a task that you intended to do. You sit there checking Twitter. You sit there checking Instagram. You really think if you go at the rate you're going at right now that you're going to get to where you want to get to? Truthfully, you really think that that's going to happen? Because if you look at yourself in the mirror, it's clear to both of us that it's not the fucking case. I think so many of us lie to ourselves thinking that they have so much time, when in truth, time just kind of like flicks by, man. Really. Like 2019, even 2020, how recent does that feel? Because that, I don't know about you guys, but that feels fucking recent. Like I almost feel like I'm in 2020 now. Like I feel like 2020 to now is being like almost a blur. I don't know why. I'm not going to sit here and tell you the science behind it all because we've been inside or haven't socialized or whatever, or there hasn't been any novel experiences, whatever. But time goes so fucking quick, man. And if you think 5 years, you think, yeah, 5 years, fucking hell, mate, I've got so much time. I'm going to be doing so much shit. I'm going to achieve so much in 5 years. What's going to change in your life to actually make that happen? You've got to change your identity. You've got to change yourself. You've got to kill your older self and become the new person that actually will achieve those goals. You've got to be that person who goes to the gym when they don't feel like going to the gym. You've got to be that person who sits at their desk and does that document even though they don't want to fucking do that document. You've got to be that person who has that list on their to-do list, and as much as they'd much rather sit there and watch YouTube, or they'd much rather sit there and watch whatever, they do that to-do list. That is the kind of person that gets to where they want to get to, and that is the kind of person that in a year's time will have that money to pay for that trip. That is the kind of person you want to be. If you're not that kind of person, then you can't expect anything to get brought up in front of you and just get placed in front of you like a fucking waiter, like a plate, a waiter holding a plate. It's not going to fucking work. It doesn't work. You have got to be that fucking guy. I think if you want to get to the place where you want to get to, there's ways that you go around it, and I've talked about so many different ways in my video. I could talk about a whole regimen of fucking self-help. I could go like from A to Z and give you every tip, whatever. But in truth, if you want to get to where you want to get to, yes, you need to choose the right kind of model, but you need to be a person that does stuff no matter how they feel. That is the person that gets to where they want to get to, because everyone runs on emotion. And if you could be that one person that is that disciplined, that doesn't sit there and run on emotion, you're going to be that person that gets to where you want to get to. You're going to be the successful one. You're going to be that guy. Because as I say, everyone runs on emotion. And everyone runs on habitual traits that they've picked up from their lifestyle. And I'll say it again because I think this is the most prevalent one. When there is a problem that people have that they need to face, whether it be a relationship issue, whether it be a message that they need to send someone, whether it be a document that they need to finish, or a paragraph that they need to finish, or a certain page of a book that they need to finish writing, whatever it may be, the default for most fucking people is as soon as something gets stressful and they don't know how to overcome it, and they have a problem that they have to face, instead of attacking that problem head on, they resort to something which fucking spikes their dopamine incredibly, and makes them feel better about themselves, distracting them from the problem. But going on that thing that gives you that spike of dopamine, first of all, is ingraining a habit that you don't want. Anyone with a fucking right state of mind knows that they don't want to fucking go on TikTok ever. If I can tell you right now, I think if there's a lot of people who just don't really give a shit, but I'd say at least 50% of the population would get rid of TikTok if they could, and almost would get rid of social media if they could. I genuinely think that. But it's so ingrained in our bodies now that we'll look for an escape to any problem that arises, any fucking problem. So you need to be that guy who sits there and attacks it no matter how they feel. And yes, it might be boring, but the more you do it, the easier it's going to get. And I mean, the last few days I've been onboarding this guy and creating this thing, which I'll tell you more about as we move further down the roadmap. But I'm telling you right now, none of it's fun. Of course it's not fun. I'd much rather sit there and watch Netflix all day. But watching Netflix all day doesn't get me what I want. It doesn't... Watching Netflix all day, watching movies all day, watching whatever, watching tennis videos, which is just something that I watch quite a bit. Doing that doesn't get me to where I want to get to. It's just a distraction. Right? And there was a thing I was going to say, and I forgot what I was going to fucking say. But, those things are so stimulating that we sit there and we can easily find ourselves in a hole of watching them. But you've got to understand that your dreams don't come from doing quote unquote distractions, things that don't attribute to your goals. Nothing's going to come. So if you're currently sat there like right now, you're sat there right now, and you're saying to yourself, in a year's time, I'm going to be rich. And the reason you think that is because you watch a shit ton of YouTube videos, because you watch a shit ton of TikToks about how to be rich, I guess, shit ton of motivational quotes. You've watched all the Iman Gadzhi videos on how to make 10k a month. You've watched all the Iman Gadzhi videos on how to start a business in 2024. I think you feel like you almost will be rich in a year's time. But what in your lifestyle actually backs up that claim? Because if there's you sat there at a desk doing things that you don't want to do for 6 hours a day, 8 hours a day, whatever, then I would agree with you. Yeah, you're probably going to hit something's going to click at some point. That thing that's work with no outcome suddenly going to turn into an overnight success. Of course, it will, 100%. And that's where luck is, you can build your own luck. But if you're sat there right now watching Netflix all day saying, yeah, but in a year's time I'm going to be fucking rich because you've watched a load of videos of people telling you how to get rich, and you know, at some point something's going to change in my life, right? Something's just going to fucking change, you know? Then I'm going to be rich, you know? Something's just going to change. Just be real with yourself. Stop fucking lying to yourself like a little kid. Be like, okay, shit, okay. If I don't do this, I'm not going to fucking get anywhere. So I need to sit there and analyze what it is that I'm doing wrong and make a change to that. And I think plans are so valuable. If you can write a good plan up, if you can understand what a good plan is, and then just execute on it, that makes your life 10 times easier. Okay. If you're running around working like a headless chicken, expecting something to just suddenly click, it's not going to work. It's never going to work, ever. So you need to just work regardless of how you feel, and that's how you're going to get to where you want to get to. And it might be boring, and I think ways of you can attend to that somewhat. I've got a hair sticking out. I don't know if it's attached or not. Not that any of you care. I actually can't tell if it's attached. Okay, it wasn't attached. Nice. Fuck, what was I going to say? I've lost my thought process now. You do the things that you don't necessarily want to do. Those are the things that are going to move you forward the most, right? So understand that and do them, but a plan that's well thought out and you have dead set, you know exactly what it is that you want to do, and you're focused on one specific thing. That's what's going to get you to where you want to get to. So if it's one business, the main principle of a business is finding people to sell to and selling to them. So once you've got the back end sorted, which doesn't need to be perfectionized, then it's just a case of outreach, volume, sending messages, calling people, and then closing them. If you're not doing that, then next year, when you say you're going to go to the Super Bowl, or you say you're going to go on this holiday, it's not going to fucking happen. Like, you've got to be doing something with the intention of an outcome. You can't just sit there and be like, yeah, someone's just going to come and save me. Someone's going to drop a Porsche on my fucking front lawn, and then I'm going to have a Porsche that I'm going to fucking have for the rest of my life. It doesn't work. Like, even if it's TikTok Shop, just do TikTok Shop. You sit there, you make 3 accounts that are all connected to the TikTok Shop, and you post that, and you post 9 TikToks a day, every single day. That's if you're working a 9 to 5. You can still do 9 TikToks a day, 100%. But you only get it if you want it. If you don't, you might want it a bit. Yeah, you might want it a bit. You might be like, yeah, okay, I want it. You know, it'd be cool. It'd be cool. Yeah, it'd be cool to be rich. It's not gonna work. You need to fucking want it. You have to fucking want it. Oh, Jesus. You have to want it. And there needs to be a reason why you want it. There needs to be an outcome of which, like, if you achieve this goal, then you can pay off your parents' mortgage. Then you can take your parents on holiday. Then you can repay your parents everything they did to you. Then you can buy that Porsche. Then you can buy whatever. I mean, materialistic items, I don't think do it emotionally. You need to be emotionally connected to what it is that you're doing. You need to have that anger inside of you. Like, I'll give you a dead set example. And I know this sounds dumb, but I'm going to be dead serious. There's a guy who DM'd me on Instagram and asked me for advice on breakups. Now, I'm not a guy who's been in incredible loads of fucking relationships in my life. I know, you can't believe it, guys. You know, best looking guy on YouTube hasn't been in relationships. No, fucking shock horror. Joking. But what made me think was, I was like, okay, you're emotionally attached to this stuff. And being emotionally attached now gives you the drive to go and accomplish something. You're emotionally attached to this girl you broke up with her. You want to go on a demon arc because your emotions are high. You're angry. You're disappointed. You're whatever. You can use that as a means to do more. You can use that emotion. You're emotionally tied to something. Oh, I feel so bad for my mom. She's doing all this work and I'm not repaying her, and she's just giving to me and I'm not giving back. Oh man, you can use that. Or, oh yeah, there's this girl that's fucked you over. Like, not literally. I mean, literally if you want, boys. Literally if you want. But I'm not into that stuff. Yeah. There's a girl that's fucked you over. Again, not literally. And it's pissed you off. She's messed with you. She's wasted your time. You've got emotionally attached to her, and then she's fucked you off, or she's cheated on you, or whatever. You're emotionally attached to that. You're now angry. You can now be in the gym. You're like, fuck this fucking bitch. I'm now gonna do another fucking set. Then you do an extra fucking rep and shit like this. You know? It's like, fuck, I'm fucking pissed. And you just think about it. It's like, fuck, man, I'm fucking shit. And you're doing your little whatever it is that you're doing. Like, or you're working, and then you lose a bit of motivation. You're like, you know, how fucking good would it feel to go and sit on that fucking bitch's front lawn with my fucking Porsche and just do a fucking, like, drift on her fucking lawn, you know? I know it sounds dumb, but it's just like revenge, anger, just anger in general. You use that anger, like, fucking get at a ball, you go like, fuck that fucking bitch. I'm gonna do something about it. I'm gonna be like, fuck you, I've got this now, I've just accomplished this, I'm built like the fucking Rock, I'm built like fucking this guy. You need to encapsulate that anger, encapsulate that drive, and do something with it. You need to be emotionally fucking attached to what it is that you're doing. You need to be emotionally attached to the outcome, emotionally attached to whatever, emotionally attached to the fact that you would love to pay off your parents' mortgage so they never have to pay a mortgage payment ever again. How fucking good would that feel? You know, go there. Fucking go there to the outcome. How good would it feel to sit there on that sofa, give them that letter, have them sat there, open it. You're just sat there, you know, just chilling on the sofa, and they open it and it's like, have you paid off my mortgage? And then they start tearing up, you know? Fucking go there and be like, fuck, how this is fucking good. This is how it fucking feels. And then you fucking use that as motivation. You fucking move from there. Simple as that. So that's what you do when it gets tough. And you need to have understanding of why it is that you're doing what you're doing. And then just fucking go ham. Simple as that, really. So, yeah. I mean, in regards to progress, I've learned a fucking lot from this series, like so much. I think the main thing that comes from it is just kind of listening to myself talk, and it allows me to understand stuff so much more in depth, because I'm basically just articulating my thoughts to a microphone. So I'm kind of just thinking to myself and stating them to you at the same time. So I'm allowing myself to think and analyzing my thoughts, and then I can then execute on them or whatever. So yeah, it's good. Like, obviously, want to get to this goal, and I said yesterday that everyone wants the goal straight away, to which they never allow themselves a time to kind of chill out, to which they try and go ham and it doesn't work, and then they end up just doing nothing because they try and do too much, and then they feel like shit because they haven't done too much, or the amount that they said they were going to do, and then they end up not doing anything. That's what most people do, because all of the gurus say work 16 hours a day. Oh yeah, I work 16 hours a day, that's how I got successful. Maybe they work 16 hours a day, but they had to build themselves into being the person that sits there and works 16 hours a day. So just allow yourself to work, and just work, and then have breaks when you need breaks, and then just keep extending, and showing up every day and slowly building. And the more you do it, the easier it's going to get. And the more you get rid of external stimulants that are unfulfilling, like unfulfilling dopamine from TikTok, YouTube, that's going to make your life 10 times easier, I promise. So get rid of that. And yeah, I've got something cooking at the moment, boys, but I don't want to tell you what it is until it is finalized, which is looking good. But again, I don't want to tell you guys until we've got there. So in the meantime, you're gonna have to wait in anticipation. And I know you care so much about me. I know you care so much. I'm joking. I know. Like, it's just more my issue, and it's cool to just tell you guys. But I'm just my mate. Like, I just can't wait for the day where I can sit there probably on a beach in France, and record an intro with my camera on a tripod and be like, so guys, it is day, whatever day. It is day, I'm not gonna jinx it, I'm not gonna say a day. It's day, and I have hit 10k a month. Do you know how fucking good that day is gonna feel? You know the amount of credibility I've got on my fucking page from the journey, and how much proof I have of my journey to get to where I want to get to, and then I can then expand on it from that. I'll be like, okay, so this is how I made 10k a month. This is how I did this. I've got credibility then. People trust me. People are loyal with me. People are empathetic with me because they've been on the same journey as me. They've seen me go from 0 to 10k, and be like, okay, it's fucking doable. Now I can do the same thing. How did Ollie do it? Okay, I can learn from it. Boom, 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 boom. So I'm recording these videos, and in all honesty, I'm going to be dead honest with you guys. I talk a lot of talk in these videos. I say a lot of things that make me seem perfect. That make me seem like I am the next fucking Elon Musk. Not the Elon Musk, but I'm the most disciplined man on earth. I'm David Goggins. When in reality, I'm not. I'm not, but I know the principles. I say this a lot, but I know how it works. I'm also not I'm not perfect, but it's a process of building. And as long as you do daily actions, even small, consistent daily actions are better than one day of productivity, and the rest of them of, I can't keep up to that level, I'm just not going to do anything anymore. So keep showing up, keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, boys, this one's been a long one. Damn, I could keep talking about this stuff actually, but I'm not going to, because I'm just going to bore you all. But yeah, thank you for watching. It is day 120. So that is officially double 60. That is officially 4 months. Damn, it's been 4 months. Jesus Christ. It's getting to the point now where I feel like it's almost embarrassing that I haven't hit the goal. But then again, I think there's a lot of people who were like 60 and never hit this goal before in their lives. But the online space makes it look so easy to get to 10k a month, which in principle I think it is. But it's not easy, it's just simple. And it's doing the right thing, which I think I'm doing now. And I mean, I intend to do this and achieve this goal. But we keep cooking, we keep learning, and we keep moving as we go. I mean, we keep recording these videos. I mean, I haven't had a day off from recording these videos every single night for 120 days. So as soon as I don't have to record these every night, it's going to feel weird, man. But we haven't got there yet. So anyway, I'm moving to Monaco in April. Yeah. So content's coming. Day in the life of a British entrepreneur living in Monaco is coming. Is he at 10k a month? No. Is he on the way to it? Yes. Thank you for watching the video. And I hope you took some value from it. If you did, please feel free to subscribe to my newsletter. Top of the description. It's literally top of the description. You can subscribe there. I'll put this on the screen as well. So fucking subscribe to the weekly newsletter. Just there. Top of the description. If you want to subscribe as well, I'm 2 subscribers off 2,000. I've been sat at this number for about a week now, but it's fine. Appreciate you all. Thank you for watching the video. Sorry for talking so long. And keep moving forward. Appreciate you. Good night.